Hey friends and family, so this is my 100th video on my channel, and I know that it's taken a couple of days. This past week things kind of slowed down for me. I've gotten super busy, and I didn't just want to throw a video out there. I've had this subject on my mind for a couple of days, and I thought that it was important to discuss it. So I want to talk about what it's like to survive the loss of a loved one to suicide. So I did a little research. Just want us to know, again, you are not alone. We are not alone. So 51% of people say that they know someone that has passed from suicide. 20% of people, so like 1 in 5, have experienced the loss of either a really close friend or a really close relative to suicide. Losing a loved one to suicide increases the risk of suicide attempt by the survivor by 65%. 30 to 50% of survivors of loss by suicide experience depression. 25 to 40% experience PTSD. 40 to 50% experience complicated grief, so grief that, lasts for an extended period of time. And I learned that survivors are less likely to seek help, to seek professional help, and that stigma can prevent open conversations. Yeah, I can certainly understand and relate to stigma preventing open conversations. Some people have a firm opinion and stance on suicide that can make you uncomfortable if you're the survivor of a loss of a loved one. I know for myself, trying to discuss these things and in hearing people's opinions like this person was weak or this person is selfish or things like that can really shut me down. I now having experienced it, I've kind of come to a place where I feel like you can't even begin to wrap your head around whatever they were going through when they started to take their life. And harming yourself, I know it's just my opinion, but I think it's deciding to take that type of step. It's just you never know what really was on someone's mind. You never will know. You won't have the chance to talk to them. You won't have the chance to ask them. You just don't know. So I think if you're in that type of conversation or dealing with it yourself or dealing with others, just be mindful that your opinion may make it more difficult for them to have a conversation. Allow them to grieve, allow them to open up, allow them to do whatever they need to do. And if it's a conversation that you feel like you just can't have, or your opinion is just, firm or strong, and you can't be swayed. Not every conversation is an opportunity to be like right. Not every discussion is a moment for a debate. If you're there to listen, just listen. If they ask for your opinion, or they ask for advice, give advice, but just be careful. Yeah. So I wanted to have a conversation about how I lost my dad's youngest son to suicide. His name was Rashad, and he was my brother. I discussed him a little bit in the video that talked about losing a sibling. Sometimes when I talk about, like, when people ask what happened to him, and I say he took his life, it's like there's just so much more I want to say, or so much more follow-up I want to say about him. It's just, it's so overwhelming. So maybe this will be a little therapeutic for me. Maybe it'll be helpful for someone. Oh, like the guilt that you feel, the confusion that you feel, blaming yourself, trying to seek some sort of understanding is so confusing. I remember my dad calling me and telling me that my brother left us. So almost like I didn't even understand. Like, you mean he left us? It was 3 days before my birthday. Yeah, he took his life, and just based off of like knowing him, I never would have saw that coming. And for a long time I felt so bad about not seeing it coming. Like, how could you not know that he was in that much pain, or he was that upset, or he was that frustrated, or even that he was capable of doing something like that? I felt like if he would have just given himself a chance, he would have grown into, someone that was strong enough to handle the things that he was going through. And at the same time, it's like, I know he didn't see himself as a weak person, so maybe this was his way of taking control, I was angry. I hated everybody. My brother had so many friends, and I always felt like y'all are with them all the time. Y'all are doing the same things. And, it's like, it's selfish to say, and it's sad. When you lose people, it feels like everybody's everywhere. Like, where was everybody? When my brother needed some more love, but that's not a fair thought to have. I can't, I can't say like who loved him and who didn't, who he loved and who he didn't. I just wished at that time, that we all did more to keep him here. But that was that was part of my grief, part of my pain, and some of the things I had to work through. I hated everybody he loved, and I hated everybody he hated. Like, it was bad. Yeah. It's complicated. It's still complicated. It's it's still hard to see like my brother's name on a headstone. It's hard to see his age. It's hard to see other people his age in the cemetery. And it's just, it's so hard to grasp that such a permanent decision was made. Like, it's like my brother was 20 at the time. I was 26. I'm like, bro, I'm about to be 40 now. Like, you're supposed to be 33. like you're supposed to be here. Like, the things that you're going through are so temporary. And I wish I could have been there, and I wish I would have always, you know, I know that you always wish that you could have been there. Wish you could have been there that day, that moment. But it's like, you know, if you've ever been through depression or you ever been through something that makes you feel like it's coming to the end, it's like you never really know. You don't know when that moment is. I may have been there for moments that he felt like that, and just not for the next one, you know. I just want to say that if you are suffering from that type of loss, it's okay to seek help. I understand that, you know, there is stigma associated. It might be hard to hear other people's opinions. Just know that their opinions aren't fact. They don't know. None of us really know. We never really have the answers when these types of things happen. Those answers, they leave with that person. It's okay to seek help. It's okay to call a hotline. Just don't, you know, don't let yourself be in that 65%. Take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones. Do what you need to do to grieve. This is an outlet for me. I'm happy I was able to do this. I'm happy I have this platform to do this. I've never really talked about like suicide in a public fashion, so I'm proud of my brother. Still, I love my brother. I think he's amazing. I think he was amazing, and I totally wish that, you know, anytime I tell people the story of like having him in my life, it's always like with so much charisma and energy. It's like I want to show people his music. I want them to understand. It's like his zest for life. Like, I have so much to say. I love my brother so much. It's like, I wish you knew him. And I feel like that energy is never going to fade. I love him so much. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. Thanks for watching. I don't plan on making a bunch of like traumatic videos, but I needed to make this one. Thanks for watching.